All right, folks. Christmas come early. Son of a gun, I love these things. It's that peanut butter and oh. All right. This is actually, now I feel rude. Neighbors just brought this over. Very thankful for this. What a pleasure to have great neighbors. Very, very, very lucky in that avenue. Okay. You know what? That was rude. I'm sorry. I don't need to be smacking down on peanut butter. Well, all right, let's leave this alone. Okay. What we're doing here is we're taking just about a 1 more minute break. This can get a little cantankerous here, folks. We're about to go, of course, I'm going to name this video something like grain training or something like that. I've got 2 pails of grain in the back of the Ranger. Anybody that thinks cattle are stupid, you're in for a big surprise. The reason we're taking about another 1 more minute break, they can hear that grain auger from the grain tank, obviously, the bin. They can hear that run. And I can guarantee you they can hear it run twice. They also heard me pull up with the Ranger. They're not stupid. They know what's going on. You're probably about to witness that. So we're going to let things calm down for just a second or two. We're going to look at this clean as a whistle barn. If you caught this morning's video, of course, I was spreading manure, stockpile manure. And of course, it's because I ran the barn cleaner here this morning. And yeah, she's good for another, that was 6 days. That's way too excessive. This is good for another 5 days. And water cups. I don't know if I ever touched on these. I had to change all the innards, which is just a valve, a rubber, oh, what the hell? I don't have the words today. Let's call it a rubber seal. In a spring. In this one and this one. They were both leaking awfully bad. Now, with this kind of weather, not a huge deal. It's still, you don't want that mess. You get below sub-zero freezing weather. Well, let me tell you something. When that leaks, she gets down into the barn cleaner here, and that will freeze. No joke. Okay, the water is running. The cows are on a water frenzy right now, so they're taking up all the pressure. So anyway, being rude again, sorry. Save that for later. This is something I never talked about. Let's go outside with that. Here's the grain. We already talked about the grain and the reason for it. This was a mistake on my part. There will not be another mistake, though. I can promise you that. So it was the end of August. I ended up becoming BQA certified. Beef Quality Assurance certified. It is my understanding and my belief, with the way things are never ending changing, to even ship your animals, there'll be a pile of requirements, ship and sell. One of them being is BQA qualified, Beef Quality Assurance. Basically what it is just a, I dare call it a higher education. Of course you can go online, BQA. Boy, I'm Mr. Obvious here today, ain't I? That right there was a certificate of you know, passing the test for being a cow-calf operation. I believe there's 4 different categories. There's cow-calf, there's a stocker program, I think there's a finisher program, I think that's what it's called, and then of course there's a shipper program. And so anyway, I took that late in August to prepare for this late fall's feeder sales in Waukon, which of course I changed my mind, Waukon, Iowa. I don't know what the heads or tails of the whole thing is. It's either you must be BQA certified, or if you're not going to see near the money for your cattle. I don't know. I'm not into guessing games. I hear something like that is not going to hurt. All it will do is help things. So yeah, I passed the test. All right, folks, this is going to go quick. We're going to pull up, you know what? I'm going to stop talking. Please bear in mind, I only have 2 of these. It's going to get a little shaky. Oh. The goal is to try and get the grain in these tubs before the, what you could call, dangerous parade starts. Shit. Sorry about that language, kids. Settle down. Settle down. Slow down. Settle down. Get back. Oh, jeez. Come on. Come on. Come on. That right there is the reason why we're doing this. Come on. Come on. Now let's see if we can get trampled here. Yeah, that's enough. Found her tag. Okay, so now let's blockade ourselves here. Let me explain this, because I don't think I did a great job on the last go around. The reason for the grain training, and of course the reason for the grain, the reason for this time of year is for getting them all corralled in here, run through the chute for vaccinations. I'll go through the vaccinations, what I use on a different video. One of the other key points of doing this grain regiment ordeal right now this time of year is to collect the calves and wean the calves off their mothers. Separation. So what we do is what you just seen. That gate stays open. Grain is brought in. Give a couple of come ons. Let the parade begin. That gate gets shut. Everything in here, we try not to pack it too full, probably with what you see here, probably a little less. This gate gets opened. So basically, in these yards, they're separated by some thin wire, but to them, it's like a brick wall. So they come through the cow yard, through that fence on the other side, through the gate, come in here, we lock them up, we sift through what we need. Whatever we don't or whatever we're done with gets shoved out into the cow lot. And of course, if you keep up with the videos, you'll know that this is the primary winter feeding grounds right in here. And there's a reason you don't see them here yet. And it's because they haven't, there's been some vaccination, the calves haven't been weaned off yet. So that's the reason for that. That's the whole regiment of things. And then of course animals are blockaded off for days. Once everything's done that needs to be done, for the lack of better words, I'm no teacher, don't ever forget that. Then all the gates get back to open and they have free range and roam of everything. So not the greatest setup. It needs a lot of doctoring. It needs a whole upfit this summer. But this is what we have, and by God, it does work. It just takes a little bit of extra work. And I don't know what else to say. Looking that clean, ain't you? Huh? Good. Settle down. It's the bulls. You gotta watch that. Of course, he's mad because there's no grain left because this lazy butt took him so long to get over here. There he is. He's got himself a neck scratcher. Hey, you lug. Oh, I bet that feels good. Let's leave them alone. And now you can tell they're hitting the water. Those here, and then of course the other ones are heading to the tub, which means there's not going to be any water pressure here for about probably 4 hours. In case you're wondering me saying that, I do not have a separate well for the farm. There never has been. That has to change severely. And we'll see how the cards lay this late spring, early summer. when all of this stuff gets put on the table, we'll see about maybe putting that well in. Never ending. And that is grain training. It doesn't last long. They're all done. Understand that once we're actually performing what we need to actually do, there'll be multiple pails of grain brought in here after they're kicked out into the cow yard, lot. You know, we keep getting the rest of them in here. And one of the things is, you know, we can easily get the calves in here because all the cattle are coming in there. They're not scared of it. Wrong words, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Anywho. All right, folks, I got a lot on my list here today. Hope you enjoyed that grain training video and everything else. Probably make a good video of me getting run over one of these days, wouldn't it? And I'm sure there's a couple few of yous out there that would enjoy that. I know a couple of yous personally, but that's all right. Talk to you sooner and later.